हेलो।
हेलो, आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों को? आप म्यूट हो गए, सरवत साहब।
हाँ, सॉरी। अब आवाज आ रही है?
जी बिल्कुल।
अच्छा, और किस किस ने ज्वाइन किया?
ये मैंने रिकॉर्डिंग पे लगा दिया है।
बस
और
ठीक। अच्छा, अब इस ये जो आपने लिंक भेजा है,
जी
इसको
जी,
हम ईमेल पे कैसे फॉरवर्ड करें? मैं फॉरवर्ड करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन ईमेल पे नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ।
कॉपी पेस्ट करना पड़ेगा। यहाँ से
अ,
कॉपी करके
हाँ।
और ईमेल पे पेस्ट कर दीजिए।
अच्छा, बस ठीक है। अगर आप जाना चाहें ना तो
तो मैंने
सोहेल
आपको
चलेगा।
होस्ट बना दिया है।
बस ठीक है।
ठीक है ना?
हम्म। ठीक है। बस आप जाना चाहें तो चले
अता
जाइए। थैंक यू।
अताउल्ला, तुम्हें मैं को होस्ट बना रहा हूँ। अच्छा, आपको बनाना पड़ेगा। मैंने उसको, मैं दे चुका हूँ अपनी राइट्स। तो आप एक और को बना दें को होस्ट, ताकि अगर कोई ड्रॉप हो ना तो उसके कोई हो लाइन के ऊपर।
अच्छा, इधर मोर पे जाके।
नाम के ऊपर, उसके नाम पे जाके राइट क्लिक करें तो आपको मिल जाएगा। या ऊपर जो तीन बटन आ रहे होंगे, डॉट सारे होंगे चार, उन चार को या तीन को डॉट को करें। और वहां से फिर उसको
हाँ, नीचे
को
डॉट आ रहा
होस्ट, मेक को होस्ट।
है। पार्टिसिपेंट पे
पार्टिसिपेंट
जाए।
का नाम के
हाँ,
आगे कि जिसका भी करना है ना, पार्टिसिपेंट में जाके उसके नाम को क्लिक करें जरा। और राइट क्लिक करेंगे ना तो फिर आपको मिल जाएंगे ऑप्शंस।
मे को होस्ट। ठीक है।
ठीक है ना? चले, सही है फिर।
अच्छा, उसमें लिखा हुआ, डू यू वांट टू चेंज द को होस्ट टू अताउल्ला खान?
यस। आप को होस्ट, एक मिनट रुके, एक मिनट रुके, मैं रिक्लेम करता हूँ फिर मैं कर लूंगा। एक मिनट रुके जरा। ठीक है। अच्छा, अता को बना दिया और मैंने आपको बना दिया। ठीक है ना? और तो अब ये हो गया। ठीक है ना? तो आप होस्ट हैं सर्वर साहब, और अताउल्ला जो है वो को होस्ट है।
बस ठीक है।
मैं इस वक्त वो देख रहा था, अगर आपके लोग आ रहे हैं अभी, तो मैं वो देख रहा था पुराने आपके रिकॉर्डिंग्स जो थी। तो
जी।
एक मिनट, मैं शेयर करके नहीं नहीं कर सकता शेयर शुगर। अब तो मैं नहीं कर सकता इसलिए कि मैंने, तो एक मिनट रुके, मैं आपको बताता हूँ। मेरे पास जो अभी मैं देख रहा था, जूम ये रही। तो मेरे पास मई में 16, यानी कि मई के दो हैं अभी। और इसके अलावा मेरे पास सरवत, एक मिनट देखना पड़ेगा। तो मेरा ख्याल है मेरे पास कोई पाँच, चार या पांच हैं। तो अगर वो आप लोग उससे करके लिख करते ना, बता देते तो। एक मार्च का है। ठीक है जनाब अली, एक मार्च का भी है। तो मैं सारे इकट्ठा करके एक जगह कर रहा हूँ ऑनलाइन के लिए।
बिल्कुल कर दीजिए।
तो अगर किसी के पास मीटिंग का और हो, एक और भी है। ये कब की है? ये जनवरी की है। नहीं, अप्रैल की है ये। ठीक है। देखता हूँ मैं कौन कौन से हैं। ठीक है ना? चले, सही है, फिर इंशाल्लाह बात होती है।
बिल्कुल ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है। ओके, थैंक यू। रिकॉर्डिंग पे लगा दी आपने?
जी हाँ, मैंने लगा दिया रिकॉर्डिंग में।
बस ठीक है। लेट्स वेट फॉर जावेद सुरती couple of minutes. If he's not joining, then I'll
जी
start.
जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम सरवत भाई, मैंने
हेलो।
ज्वाइन कर लिया है।
अच्छा, ज्वाइन कर लिया। अच्छा जावेद, आप मॉडल के ऊपर देखो, बगैर टाइम जाए किए मॉडल के ऊपर जो भी डिस्कशन करना चाहे कर ले। यू हैव नेक्स्ट 15-17 minutes, देन आई विल स्टार्ट एट 12:30।
कॉस्ट मॉडल पे आप
Assalamu alaikum, Sarwat bhai. Javed, before we start, I might jump off to another meeting after 15 minutes. Is it okay?
यस यस यस, दैट इज
Inshallah. Assalamu
फाइन। वालेकुम सलाम। हाँ
मुझे असल
जावेद।
एक्चुअली मुझे असल में 1-2 मिनट लगेंगे। मुझे इसको मैंने सेल फोन
हाँ
से
हाँ,
ज्वाइन
कर
किया
ले
है,
कर ले
मुझे
कर
लैपटॉप
ले।
पे इसको ट्रांसफर करना पड़ेगा, तो ये लिंक मैं लैपटॉप पे
हाँ हाँ,
भेज
कर
के।
ले कर ले, कोई मसला नहीं है।
मेरे ख्याल से मैं प्रीवियस लिंक पे चला गया हूँ, तो ये जो न्यू लिंक है।
हाँ, ये जो नया लिंक आज सोहेल ने भेजा है ना, उसके ऊपर जाए।
अच्छा,
अच्छा, अताला, आई डू नॉट सी, नो नो, आई थिंक ही इज देयर। अताला इज देयर, राइट राइट, एंड मरिया इज देयर टू।
तो इन द मीन टाइम जो लास्ट टॉपिक था उसके बारे में वन बाय वन, अताउल्ला, इफ यू लाइक एक्सप्लेन इन अ मिनट के डायरेक्ट लेबर, एंड मरिया इफ यू कुड एक्सप्लेन द इनडायरेक्ट लेबर। मीन टाइम मैं ज्वाइन करता हूँ।
जी सर, मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ। डायरेक्ट लेबर।
जी
सर, डायरेक्ट लेबर से मुराद ऐसी लेबर होगी हमारे पास जो कि हमारे पास मॉडल के ऊपर बाय हैंड काम कर रही हो, लाइक जिसका डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन हो किसी भी मॉडल के साथ या किसी भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एटम के साथ।
बिल्कुल सही है।
यस, वेरी गुड। एंड हाउ अबाउट द फ्रिंजेस, द बेनिफिट्स?
यस सर।
बेनिफिट्स को आप एक्सप्लेन करेंगे कि बेनिफिट्स में कौन से फैक्टर्स इंक्लूड होते हैं?
अब फ्रिंजेस फ्रिंजेस को कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे, फ्रिंज बेनिफिट्स को?
सर सॉरी, मैं म्यूट पे चला गया था।
कोई मसला नहीं।
सर, इसमें हम प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी को इम्प्रूवमेंट में भी ला सकते हैं। मेरे ख्याल में ये फ्रिंजेस में ही आएगा, आई गेस,
अ,
या प्रोडक्टिविटी के
न-
लिए।
नहीं,
नहीं नहीं नहीं, फ्रेंच फ्रेंच बेनिफिट्स।
ये मैंने बताया था सरवत भाई। लेट लेट लेट्स अगर
लेट्स ट्राई
लेट्स
मारिया।
ट्राई मारिया, कुड यू प्लीज ट्राई द व्हाट इज दैट?
सर
डोंट वरी अबाउट इट।
फ्रिंजेस वो बेनिफिट्स हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल मेडिकल लेबर्स को हम मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस प्रोवाइड करें, या एकोमोडेशन या ट्रैवल एक्सपेंसेस।
ट्रैवल एक्सपेंसेस उसमें नहीं आएंगे, मेडिकल इंफॉर्मेशन इज राइट। तो इसमें मैंने जिस तरह बताया था कि एक जो जो डायरेक्ट लेबर आवर्स जो हम काउंट करते हैं, वो सिर्फ ये एफर्ट होती है कि आपकी अपनी एफर्ट है। अब उसके अलावा जो आपको मैंने बताया था कि हॉलीडेज होती है, जिस तरह इस लाइक 14 अगस्त है या 25 दिसंबर है, प्लस आपकी अपनी वेकेशंस जो 2 वीक्स या 3 वीक्स पर ईयर मिलती है। उसके अलावा मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस जिस तरह आपने बताया, फिर रिटायरमेंट का भी वो होता है कि कंट्रीब्यूशन कंपनी करती है आपके रिटायरमेंट के अगेंस्ट। So the reason I'm asking these questions के first time even अगर not all the time we can absorb 100%, तो अब जो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ तो शायद आपको इस तरह याद रहेगा। मे बी आई विल आस्क टाइम टू टाइम कपल ऑफ डेफिनेशंस, क्योंकि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता सब्जेक्ट है। सो
जावेद, यू नो क्विक थिंग, फ्रिंज बेनिफिट एक दफा मुझे किसी ने समझाया था, बिल्कुल नया नया जब मैं फूड आया था। तो उसके अंदर उन्होंने ये कहा था कि भाई सैलरी के अलावा आप अपने पेचेक के अंदर जो भी चीज देख रहे हैं ना, वो समझ रहे हैं कि फ्रिंज बेनिफिट्स है। 401 के आ गया, मेडिकल बेनिफिट्स आ गए, डेंटल बेनिफिट्स आ गए, आई के बेनिफिट्स आ गए। You know, is that maybe the right definition to explain to them? Javed, I
सॉरी
think
सॉरी, आई वाज ऑन म्यूट। तो पे चेक तो हम ये लोग नहीं देख रहे ना, तो हमें इनको इंडिविजुअली ये सब कुछ डिफाइन
हाँ
करना होता है। तो उसमें मैंने इनको बताया भी।
नहीं नहीं, मैंने जैसे एक्सप्लेन कर दिया ना, जस्ट लाइक आई एक्सप्लेन दैट दैट इज इंक्लूडिंग योर रिटायरमेंट। अगर रिटायरमेंट में कंपनी कंट्रीब्यूशन कर रही है, दैट इज आल्सो यू नो मेडिकल बेनिफिट्स, डेंटल बेनिफिट्स, eye benefits. You know, all these are coming, under the fridge benefits. But like a travel expenses and all that stuff, that's a separate.
तो
You know,
सरवत
these are
भाई,
not coming. Yeah, exactly, coming by
सरवत भाई,
default in your
इसमें ये
your
था कि
paycheck.
लास्ट टाइम ये डिसेबल शेयर, मेरे पास डिसेबल शेयर आ रहा है यहाँ पे। अगर मैं शेयर करना चाहूँ अपनी स्क्रीन।
कुछ डिसेबल शेयर आ रहा है, एक सेकेंड। मैं आपको, प्लीज एनेबल एक्सेस टू योर माइक्रोफोन फॉर द बेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस। क्योंकि मुझे या अताउल्लाह को ना किसी को आपको एक्सेस देना होगा। शेयर नहीं, मोर, चैट, रिएक्ट, शेयर। ये शेयर के लिए तो आई कैन शेयर माई स्क्रीन। पार्टिसिपेंट में जाके एक सेकेंड मुझे आपको ना एक सेकंड होल्ड करें।
शायद
पार्टिसिपेंट
शायद
जावेद।
आ गया। सरवत का है, ये पता नहीं किसका है। कैन यू सी माय स्क्रीन?
अच्छा,
यस सर।
ओ यस यस।
ओके। सो सरवत भाई, मैंने लास्ट टाइम आप आपने अटेंड नहीं किया था। आई डिड एक्सप्लेन ऑल ऑफ दोज फैक्टर्स। तो इसमें यानी कि ये जो आप आइटम्स देख रहे हैं, सो आई डिड नॉट एक्सप्लेन द बर्डन रेट, दैट इज अ सेपरेट टॉपिक। लेकिन just to review that direct labor, your concept is clear, and मैंने आप लोगों को ये भी बताया था कि कंपनी फ्रिंजेस, आफ्टर डिफाइनिंग द फ्रिंजेस, कंपनी फ्रिंजेस को कैसे कैलकुलेट करती है कि जैसे मैंने एक एग्जांपल दी थी, इफ यू रिकॉल इट, के अगर कंपनी का साइज जो भी है, अगर उसकी डायरेक्ट लेबर स्पेंडिंग $100,000 है और फ्रिंजेस में अगर उसके $60,000 स्पेंड हो रहे हैं, तो कंपनी क्या करेगी कि 100,000 पे 60,000 आई एम स्पेंडिंग, तो मेरे फ्रिंजेस 60% हो जाएंगे। सो डू यू रिकॉल दिस स्टेटमेंट? अताउल्ला
यस
एंड
सर।
मारिया।
यस सर।
सो 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 ये जो फ्रिंजेस है वो ऑलवेज परसेंटेजेस में होती है, और इंडिविजुअली आई डिड एक्सप्लेन दैट इंडिविजुअली आप कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते इसको। इसमें ओवरऑल ये होता है, ये अकाउंटिंग रूल होता है कि दे गो ओवरऑल एक्सपेंसेस दैट आउट ऑफ, क्योंकि कुछ लेबर के बेनिफिट ज्यादा होंगे, कुछ के कम होंगे, तो हम इंडिविजुअली इसको कैलकुलेट नहीं करते, ओवरऑल स्पेंडिंग देखते हैं कि ईयरली कंपनी विल बी लाइक आई स्पेंड इट 100,000 on direct labor and I spend 60,000 on benefits. So my ratio is 60%. तो जब भी आप कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो वो आप 60% डायरेक्ट लेबर का अमाउंट आप इसमें ऐड कर देंगे। सिमिलरली इनडायरेक्ट के बारे में मरिया, इफ यू कुड एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज द इनडायरेक्ट लेबर।
इनडायरेक्ट लेबर मतलब वो जो डायरेक्ट काम नहीं कर रहे लेबर, लाइक एक जैसे जैसे हमारे किसी एचआर डिपार्टमेंट हुआ शायद, या मुझे एग्जैक्ट याद नहीं आ रहा, मुझे कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में कुछ कुछ याद आ रहा है कि जैसे मैनेजर हो गया या इस टाइप का कोई जो डायरेक्ट मशीन पे काम नहीं कर रहा प्रोडक्ट में, लेकिन वो पूरी कंपनी के लिए काम कर रहा है।
अच्छा, तो आपने पार्शियली, योर आंसर इज राइट। हाउ अबाउट यू अताउल्ला?
सर, हम इनडायरेक्ट लेबर को इस तरह से डिफाइन कर सकते हैं कि वो हमारे पास लेबर जो कि डायरेक्ट लेबर के सपोर्ट के लिए हो, या उनको लाइक प्रोडक्ट्स, उनकी प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस के लिए जो चीजें प्रोवाइड उनके लिए नेसेसरी है वो प्रोवाइड करने के लिए जो लेबर होगी उन्हें हम इनडायरेक्ट लेबर कहेंगे।
Okay, very good. Thank you.
वेरी
So,
गुड आंसर।
basically, इसमें एक बात याद रखिएगा कि जो भी इनडायरेक्ट सपोर्ट है विद इन प्लांट, जो जहां पे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रही है, हम सिर्फ वही काउंट करेंगे। जो एच आर है ना, एचआर का जो मरिया ने बताया, वो भी इनडायरेक्ट है, लेकिन वो इनडायरेक्ट वाइट कॉलर हो जाता है, ये उसको हम इनडायरेक्ट लेबर में नहीं लेते। उसके लिए एक अलग टर्म है, आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट लेटर। वो आता है SG&A, सेल्स जनरल एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट लेटर। लेकिन जो भी प्लांट में इनडायरेक्ट एफर्ट लग रही है, जो डायरेक्ट मशीन से रिलेटेड जो नहीं है, वो हम इनडायरेक्ट लेबर में काउंट करते हैं। अच्छा, उसकी परसेंटेज ये भी परसेंटेज में होता है, और इफ यू रिकॉल आई एक्सप्लेन दैट हाउ डू यू कैलकुलेट द इनडायरेक्ट लेबर।
Ataullah, you can go first.
सॉरी सर, आप क्वेश्चन रिपीट कर सकते हैं? लाइक
कि इनडायरेक्ट लेबर की परसेंटेज, इनडायरेक्ट लेबर जो होता है वो परसेंटेज में होता है। ये मैं आपको हाफ एक्सप्लेनेशन है, लेकिन वो परसेंटेज हम कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं इनडायरेक्ट लेबर की।
सॉरी सर,
तो
आई डोंट टोटली फॉरगेट।
ओके, सो हाउ अबाउट यू मरिया?
सॉरी सर, याद नहीं आ रहा।
तो अगर चले, मैं एक हिंट दे रहा हूँ कि मैंने 60% फ्रिंजेस की अभी आपको एक्सप्लेनेशन दी। इट वाज वेरी सिमिलर टू द फ्रिंजेस, लाइक इन टर्म्स ऑफ कैलकुलेशन, कि आपको कैलकुलेट करना है। आपने, मैंने अभी जस्ट व्हाइल बिफोर आई एक्सप्लेन दैट 60%, हाउ डिड आई कैलकुलेट द 60%? ओके, फर्स्ट एक्सप्लेन हाउ डिड आई कैलकुलेट द 60% फ्रिंजेस।
सर ओवरऑल जो स्पेंडिंग्स हैं कंपनी के फ्रिंजेस के ऊपर, लाइक जो हमारे पास कॉस्ट पेड, हमारे पास जो पेड लीव्स हैं या फिर हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस हैं या ऐसी चीजें, उन सब पे जो एक्सपेंडेशंस आ रही हैं, जो एक्सपेंसेस आ रहे हैं, वो टोटल ओवरऑल 60% फ्रिंजेस पे लग रहा है।
वो 60% इन कंपेयर टू व्हाट? लाइक आप एक्सप्लेन तो सही कर रहे हैं, लेकिन एक फैक्टर रह गया इसमें, इन कंपेयर टू व्हाट? 60% ऑफ व्हाट?
सर 60% ऑफ टोटल बजट में भी।
लेकिन बजट में भी कोई स्पेसिफिक फैक्टर है, एंड इट इज
हमें
ऑन द स्क्रीन। जी सर, जी।
कंपेयर करेंगे हम कि जो एनुअली हम सैलरीज दे रहे हैं लेबर को, उससे कंपेयर करेंगे। जैसे अगर वो 100,000 है और वो 60,000 है तो
कौन सी लेबर
60%।
को? कौन सी लेबर को?
जो हम लेबर को
डायरेक्ट
सैलरीज
लेबर,
देंगे,
डायरेक्ट लेबर और
लेबर
इनडायरेक्ट
कॉस्ट, जो
लेबर?
डायरेक्ट लेबर।
Yes, very good.
डायरेक्ट
So
लेबर।
that, so now the same approach if you apply indirect labor. So how would you explain? जो मेन आपका प्राइमरी है वो डायरेक्ट लेबर है। जो भी आप परसेंटेजेस कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं फ्रिंजेस की या इनडायरेक्ट की, वो कंपेयर टू डायरेक्ट लेबर, मैंने बिल्कुल सिमिलर वो एक्सप्लेनेशन है कि जो बेनिफिट्स में, अगर लेट से आप 100,000 आपने डायरेक्ट लेबर पे स्पेंड किए हैं और फ्रिंजेस में आप के 60,000 हुए हैं, तो कंपेयर टू डायरेक्ट लेबर 60% आपका फ्रिंजेस हो गया। सिमिलरली इनडायरेक्ट लेबर में अगर आप 70,000 आपके स्पेंड कर रहे हैं कंपेयर टू डायरेक्ट लेबर, सो दैट विल बी 70% ऑफ द डायरेक्ट लेबर। सो दैट परसेंटेज, तो ये मैं आपको एक असाइनमेंट दूंगा। सो शुड आई, डू यू वांट टू स्टे ऑन द सेम टॉपिक और शुड आई मूव टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक? वो आई आई विल बी एबल टू कवर विद इन 10 मिनट्स।
सर आई थिंक एसी पे अभी रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये इतना थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स लग रहा
तो
है।
मैं इस पे कुछ एग्जांपल्स आपको दूंगा, तो वो आपको उस वक्त, लास्ट टाइम यू वर प्रीटी मच अलाइन, लेकिन आई बिलीव कि मैंने शायद आपको एग्जांपल्स के लिए नहीं कहा था। सो आई विल सेंड यू एग्जांपल्स 4 or 5, एंड इफ यू विल सेंड मी दैट, यू नो, लाइक काइंड ऑफ, वो एक असाइनमेंट होगा। इट विल नॉट टेक मोर देन 30 or 40 minutes, so I will send it to you, couple of examples. So you can submit that whenever you are done, before the next class.
इंशाल्लाह।
ठीक है सरवत भाई, इट्स आई एम प्रीटी मच।
चलो ठीक है, इट्स अप टू यू, इफ यू वांट to stay you can stay, but if you want to leave you can leave.
ओके,
Okay, I'll share my screen in a minute. You can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will try to cover this one. Maybe this meeting is little bit more than that because I want to show you some of the, some basic after this. I want to go the real thing, so you have more interest on it, how the printed circuit board looks like. Um, so here we are talking about quickly reminder for this one. Can you give answer about the through hole packages? What are the through hole packages?
May I, sir?
Yes.
सर, थ्रू होल पैकेजेस वो होते हैं जिनके लिए हमें पीसीबी बोर्ड में होल्स के थ्रू हम उन्हें इंजेक्ट करते हैं, उसके अंदर होल्स बनाते हैं, ड्रिलिंग करते हैं, देन हम वो प्लेस करते हैं.
Yes. Very good. Very good answer. Very good answer. You see the pins? These are the pins are
Yes.
going through the PCB. These are the pins are going through the PCB. How about the surface mount?
सर, सरफेस माउंट वो हमारे पास इस तरह के पैकेजेस होते हैं जो कि पीसीबी के सरफेस के ऊपर ही होते हैं, उसमें हमें ड्रिलिंग की कोई नीड नहीं होती.
Very good. Very good. We put later on. I'm gonna explain more about how we gonna attach those one. But this one is good enough, right? For now, we are placing on the top of that. The next thing is we talk about. mm, uh, okay. Next one is smart. You remember that we talk about that SOICs and SOPs, which is already sent you this link, right? So, what are the SOICs? Atala or Maria? Anyone can answer?
Yes, sir.
Very simple. I shown you the picture too, right?
सर, ये सर स्मॉल आउटलाइन इंटीग्रेटेड सर्किट्स होते हैं, आई गेस.
Yes, that is correct. And these are the one which is normally the pins are going towards the outwards, right?
यस सर.
These are
और
the
ये सर
pins are,
आई गेस
yeah, yeah, these are the pins are
सरफेस
going
माउंट
towards
होते
the,
हैं.
exactly.
यस.
These are the pins goes towards the outwards, right? You see that this is
यस
a
सर.
print circuit board, and these are the one which
यस.
is going the outwards, right? So, as I said, that it's about more than, as far as I know, the last time I heard is a 953. But as long as you know about 200 packages and you don't have to memorize all their specs and everything, even you don't remember the basic, what are the small iron integrated circuit. This one just go in this or go any of the website, where you can see that all the information is available. The difference between the SOIC and the SOPs, the difference of the pins between those. The difference, how much is the difference in the closer are the ones which are SOPs, and the farther the distances are the SOICs. And you don't have to remember anything because internet is always available, and you can always look those internet, and you can always get the definition, the sizes, how far are the pins or sizes. The problem is not that how we can calculate these, how far those are the differences, right? The problem is that when it's come to the actual printed circuit board, it is very difficult, not very difficult, I mean, to recognize that whether these are the SOPs, these are PSSOPs, these are SSOPs, or these are the SOICs. But with the learn of experience, you will learn those are the, still there is very difficult to differentiate until you have a microscopic measurement coordinated method where you can see how much is the difference with the naked eye. um, it is very difficult to see that. But if you have like uh, magnifying glass, at least you can differentiate. The important thing is that on those one, the one which is, while I'm doing this thing, these are the markings. See, these are the markings you have. These markings have some purpose of it, right? So these are not just the markings. These are the markings are the one which is showing that seems to be, I'm not sure, but maybe roughly this is, I'm just reading this one. This one is the one which is, uh, for any, for the company logo here. This seems to be the date code. Most likely, it looks like either the month is 9th in the US, if it's the month, the day, and the year. That's the way it's calculated. And this number is, when you put this number, this will give you the identification for the components. We will go more details about that one later on, but right now we are talking about, about SOJs. SOJs. What's the difference between SOJs and SOICs or SOPs? See, Ataullah, Maria, anybody give a wrong answer. Don't worry about it. Just give an answer.
सर मेन डिफरेंस इनमें पिंस की शेप का हम कह सकते हैं क्या होता है?
Yes. Imagine that this is a PCB, right? You can see this is the PCB.
Yes,
And it's sitting on the PCB. SOIC pins are coming outwards.
yes sir.
And these pins are going inwards.
Okay.
See, so that is the difference between the SOJs and commonly known as J leads. The reason they call the J leads because you see it's just like a J. See, just like
Yes.
a J. So that's why it's called the J leads. Versus the SOIC, if you look at here, SOICs are pins are going outwards. Right? So, and every time when you go in their respect, these are the just few of them have they defined that SOIC 8, SOIC 14, SOIC 16. And these are very accurate, has to be very accurate, and there is a tolerance behind of that. How much is the width of the pins? How much is the gap between the one pin to another pin? How much is the center to center the pin? All these has been defined. You see here, all the specs are available, and every single pin. So all these details are available for those 953 packages. All the specs are defined on that. So, but don't be overwhelmed by looking this one. Oh, Sarwat told me about this one, that, oh my God, this is the specs and everything. 100,000, even I don't remember all those ones, right? Even I remember only few of those, right? But the important thing is that you should know what are the SOICs, what are the SOPs, differentiate between when you're looking all these components, you should know the differences. These are SOPs, these are TSSOPs, these are SSOPs, these are TSSOPs, these are SSSOPs. There are only few packages are available, but you go on more and more and more details are available. More details are also available. So these are the one which is you should know. And see, when you click on this one, you can always find all these details. And any question? Ask any question, because I love to hear from you, because it is more
सर
important that you can ask questions.
सर इनके यूजेज लाइक डिफरेंस के वो किस लिए यूज होती है एस आई और एस ओ जी ए और एस आई सी
ओके, यूसेज क्या होता है?
लाइक
आपको सिंपल वर्ड्स में आपको मैं बता दूं कि नॉर्मली यूसेज, बेसिकली यूसेज तो आपने बहुत बड़ा लफ्ज पूछ लिया। कोई भी आईसी मल्टी फंक्शंस करती है प्रिंटेड सर्किट बोर्ड के ऊपर।
ओके सर
Let's suppose I give an example. Suppose register do a one type of job, right? One type of
यस
job. I'm just differentiating between right now between the passive components. Passive components जो होते हैं ना, these are the one perform one type of function. Register one time of function. अभी मैं function के ऊपर नहीं जा रहा. There is a lot of more details I have to explain to you before I go into the function. जैसे registers होते हैं, लेट सपोज इंडक्टर्स होते हैं, let's take example the capacitors, they perform only one time of functions, versus
यस सर
ICs, they composed of many resistors, many capacitors. We don't know that how many resistor and capacitor inside of this IC. They are the multi functions, and
यस
they are called active components.
जी सर
So they perform, and on one printed circuit board, you will see many of those ICs. हर प्रिंटेड सर्किट बोर्ड जो बनता है ना, उसकी कोई फंक्शनैलिटी होती है। अब प्रिंटेड सर्किट बोर्ड, अब जैसे कंट्रोलर बोर्ड लगा होता है ना आपके लैपटॉप के अंदर, राइट? आप
जी
जब
सर
लैपटॉप को उसको खोलेंगे या आप उसको डेस्कटॉप को खोलेंगे, उसके अंदर एक कंट्रोलर बोर्ड होता है। वो कंट्रोलर बोर्ड जो है ना, दैट इज द वन विच इज कंट्रोल योर होल पीसीज। वो सारा फंक्शन डिफाइन कर रहा है वो कंट्रोलर बोर्ड, कि भाई किस तरीके से काम करना है, किस वक्त मेमोरी देनी है, किस वक्त ये करना है, किस वक्त ये फंक्शन। और उसका फंक्शनैलिटी जो है ना, इट इज वेरी वेरी फास्ट एंड इट्स कंट्रोल। और उसके अंदर एक माइक्रो, उसको कहते हैं माइक्रो सर्किट, राइट? MSU, MCU, वो दैट इज द वन, इज द ब्रेन ऑफ दैट वन। जो मैंने आपको LQFP दिखाया था ना, let me go in LFQP one second. तो वो जो है ना LFQP, LFQP, normally those are called the micros. यार ये इसमें list of electronic. Yeah. अच्छा, थ्रू होल के अंदर आ गए। अच्छा, नेक्स्ट things are going about that pin grid arrays, right? अभी micro के ऊपर will come later on, right? I don't want a lot of details on this one. These are the one which is I did I explain to you about those BGAs? No, right? Okay.
No.
No worries, no worries. SOPs, we already explained to the SOGs, SOPs. We already talk about this one. Acha, we already talk about that VSON, right? TSOPs. These are all the categories of this one. So we are done with this. And the only package is the one which is remaining on this one. Ball grid array. BGAs, right? So the next category is the BGAs. You see in the BGAs, you know how it looks like. These are the BGAs, right? You can see that from the printed circuit board, the BGAs from the outside, how it looks like. These are the BGAs. And if you look inside, on the bottom side of the BGAs, they have been defined. The BGAs are also same as like FTech component, which has multi um, resistors, multi inductors, multi um, uh, capacitors inside, maybe 100 and 1,000 and up to now, as far as I know, up to 2 billion with the B. 2 अरब जो है ना उसके अंदर they have all these resistor passive components. The one which is the most complex has been made. But normally it's come in at thousands and millions, right? These resistors. But how the manufacturing from outside? So these are the one which is look from the outsides, these BGAs. Under this, the other side of this BGAs, it looks like this. And what happened when the temperature increase, these are the one which has the solders on it. You see the solders? These are the one which is solders on it. These are the one which is all these balls on it. When the temperature, when it goes through the SMT operation, right? When it goes through the SMT operations, uh, it collapses, it melts, and then goes back again. You see that like kind of a T distribution curve. when the temperature, ambient temperature जो हमारा regular temperature होता है 70-72 डिग्री ambient temperature, simple layman terms में. So it start with this one and goes with the high temperature. At the same time, the solder temperature is 179 degree, right? It melts on that one, and after that it become again the ambient temperature. इसका एक प्रोफाइल बनता है बाकायदा. ऐसा प्रोफाइल बनता है कि जैसे ऐसे बना जैसे टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होता है ना, इस टाइप का प्रोफाइल. वो बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता है. इट्स नॉट सिंपल. Looks like how it looks like this. You have to keep the temperature for this degree and all that stuff with this, and then with temperature. This normally in a SMT shop you run those profiles. I used to run for those profile at that time when I used to work before the Ford in different manufacturer, electronic manufacturer. So any question on the ball grid array, and you can always go there and you can read all these definitions. See, अगर देखो बेटा, अगर whatever I can explain to you, right? थोड़ा सा जाके इसको जरा खुद से अगर नहीं पढ़ोगे ना, जो मैंने बताया है ना, until you read it, right? You go there and read it and write some notes in your laptop or your notebook. जब तक वो नहीं करोगे ना, तो तुम्हें फिर ये जो है ना वो चीजें याद नहीं रहेंगी. बिकॉज ये देखो, ये लुक एट दिस एग्जाम्पल. वो खुद से जाके ना थोड़ा सा बाद में किसी वक्त भी ना, जब भी थोड़ा सा फ्री टाइम हो, उसको जो whatever the thing I explained to you, go there and website. There's a very valuable information is available on there, right? I cannot go through that stuff because I have to complete this course. I have to do many other things. मुझे आपको printed circuit boards का भी सारा बताना है. I have to go definition of these passive component. I have to go with the active components. All these one I have to go and explain. So if I go a lot of more in details about this one, it will take forever. I mean, it requires maybe 200-300 hours. If I go all these details which are available. So, but go and read this one if you get a chance, because when you read it by yourself, next class, when you come back on a question, you say, okay, I have this question, right? So I can answer. See, here you can see, um, these are the balls. You can see the balls are here. These are the ball which is collapsed. When the temperature reached 179 C. So these are cracks, and the formation of these balls are so critical. If one ball attached with another ball, अगर solder जरा से भी ज़्यादा melt हो गया या कुछ हो गया, तो then it make a bridge, short circuit हो जाएगा. So when the ball is melt, the quantity of this solder is so much. And when you run the profile, if you run the profile, little bit extra 5 seconds, right? The normal profile is like suppose about 90 seconds, right? And you melting point, instead of you're giving that one 5 seconds, if you give a 10 seconds on it, right? So इसके दरमियान ये solder अगर हो जाएगा तो short circuit हो जाएगा, and these BGA will not work. And then we have to remove the BGA versus to fixing the leads on fixing this one. Let's suppose on the lead, it's much more easier, right? If suppose there is no solder in it, right? Suppose there is some problem issue or something, वो जो आपने stencil बनवाया था उसमें clog हो गया. Fixing of this one is very easy, right? You go there and take the solder wire and add the solder on it, right? उसको melt करते हैं solder. लेकिन if you go on, and similarly, it is very easy on a through-hole component, very easy to fix. And if there is no solder that's attached with that one, right? यहाँ पे hole है. if there is a hole on it, right? And if you have to add the solder, very easy. But and similarly in this one, look at this. If there is no suppose solder on it, right? Very easy to add the solder on it. But if you go on BGA, if you go on a BGA, if you go on a BGA, then you have to remove the whole BGA and then place another BGA. इसके लिए they have a special machine on that. So that's why that is the reason that, but also the chances about the defect come in the BGAs is about depend upon how good you're out of, about every, if you're running very good, the chances are, itself in the BGA, the overall scrap rate is like 0.7%, 0.7%, right? Scrap rate. So the chances of this one is, just say, let's suppose, approximately about, like, if you're building, you're putting about roughly about 5,000 PGA, then one will be defective. So the chances are, when we talk about the 0.7% scrap, that's I'm talking about the whole product, right? Uske andar you have 100 and thousands of those components. So divide this 0.7 per product, right? So it is coming out like out of every 5,000, you have one bad BGA on it. Any question on it, on the component side?
सर इसमें बीजीए के लिए सवाल था कि ये 1 लेयर पीसीबी पे होता है या 2 लेयर पे भी हो जाता है सर, लाइक प्रिंटेड
Oh,
सर्किट
yeah,
बोर्ड?
yeah. No, that's entirely separate discussion, right? So the number of it doesn't matter. That obviously 1 layer or 2 layers of these components. Normally, standard PCBs are coming with about 4 layers, right? One or two
Yes,
layers, very exception case we are doing. Normally, standard PCBs are about 4 layers, right? Pre-pag in a
yes,
copper, pre-pag in a copper, pre-pag in a copper, right? I explained to you, I think in
yes,
the past, explain, right? So you can place, irrespective of this thing, you can place any one of those one, right? So you can place whether it's a 1 layer or 2 layer. Normally, BGAs are not made for that 1 or 2 layer. They normally minimum there's a required because there is several layer of the PCBs, you know. So I think I don't remember that any of the PCB has been placed on the 2 layer. Normally start with the 4 layer. Normally, if you look the controller boards, because the controller board do not contain a high current on it, right? So the controller board normally is are 4 layers,
yes, sir.
and the ounces of copper typically is about 1 layer. Once in a while, you put the high current components where you're running the components on those one. If you are putting any high voltage components, right? So only those are the one which has been defined on those one. So you can take 2 layer, but the power board where you are running 800 volt or 400 volts, those are required minimum. Number of layers depend upon the connection between these components. Nothing to do with but the thickness of the copper. Thickness of the copper is defined on that one, right? So. A very good question. Next question. So, to wrapping up these topics, right? So, any question? Look at this. These are some of the few of those ones are the BGAs or the same kind of formation on it. I can go on the other ones, or you can put this one on TBGA, thin ball grid array, thin ball like smaller balls on it. Um, ultra fine ball grid array, where these are the one where ultra fine BGAs are. Where are ultra fine, like these are much smaller balls. But the risk on making ultra fine on that one is that, I mean, when you collapse it and when you suppose the chances are collecting, if suppose the heat is getting here more and here is less heat is getting, no, don't go so much detail. I mean, I just want to define. So all these are different kind of if you put CBGA on a Google, right, you can find all the details about that one. Similarly, um, organic, I believe this organic is the one which is no lead on it, but most of them are no lead is coming nowadays. Thin fine pitch, thin fine, the pitch between those are very fine, right? But these are the one very riskier, right? Because there is a little bit chances that you can uh, make a bridge between that and you can have a short circuit. Micro BGA, very micro, smaller balls on it. This is also one kind of that one. Low profile, fine pitch BGAs, thin ball, smaller balls, super BGA. These are the one which is a number of balls are very high. Ultra fine, super. These are a little bit riskier, right? Don't want to take it. It helps you to the purpose of that one, right, to make it super ball grid BGA. The thin packages are coming, right? Smaller and smaller packages are coming, right? So we are trying to do, a smaller package hoga, so obviously you want to use the super ball grid array, right? Because you want a smaller package and still you have to place 276 balls on it, right? So that is the reason that they are trying. All these are different kind of. Um, Other than that, let's go through this one because I want to wrap up this one, right? Except the next meeting, I will have a lot of more question I will be asking about this one. So read especially this page on it before the next meeting so I can ask these questions from differences, right? QFPs, we just talk about this one QFPs, right? So let's touch it again. These LQFPs. See, these are the QFPs. Normally, the BGAs come in this package. Oh, sorry, micro come in these packages. In these packages, right? You see that these are the four-sided one.
Yes,
80 pen, you can see that about 20 pens, 20 pens, 20 pens, 20 pens on both sides. And you can see that these are the one the pens are going outwards. And you see that these are the ones which is 304 pens, 144 pens. Most commons are, these are the one which they are showing about 80, 104, 44. These are the most common packages you have available. And not necessary that all those pens are equally like 2020. This one is 2020, but this one may not be a 2020. This one may be yeah, maybe 24 by 16. I don't know. We can count these one. These are not necessary. These are rectangular shape. So, and look at this. These are the one only commonly defined. When I say about 200 common packages, these are the about 200 common packages we are talking about. So among those 200 plus 200 to 250. If you know all these packages, you don't have to remember top of your head. At least you know where you can get this information right away. हमारे when I started this my career, we used to have a like a cheat sheet or something, you know, and we have to collect it, every single component's information. You are very lucky in the sense that you are getting this information through very quickly on the website last 15 years. When I started my career, on electronics, we have to go and look at the book and make a photocopy of that one and go to, to the library or something and get this information, and then we can define this one based on that. And there's not a whole lot of information was available. We have to go into the book and look at this information. Now you are lucky, you just type PQFPH, and then the whole information is available on that one. So you don't have to memorize this one. We used to have like binder of those one, and every time when somebody comes and I started asking question, my boss is asking question or customer asking question, we have to look at this one, memorize everything very well at that time. So these are the one which is available on that one. So these, remember this, most of the macro come in this LQFP packages. So I will not go in more details about that one until you have any question. Yeah, one important this one, right? This one, look at this DFN. DFN packages are these are the, I think it's coming in last 15 years ago, 12, 15 years ago, these DFN packages are introduced. QFN and DFN packages, right? You can see on the bottom side, these are the one which is solder joints are attached. See, the idea behind of that, I mean, the if you have more knowledge on this one, right? When you go for the negotiation and you when you talk to your suppliers with the confidently about that one, oh yeah, these DFN about this one, the cost of that one, all. When you explain to them, oh, supplier would know, oh my God, he has a lot of knowledge about that one, right? So he will, otherwise they will not make you a fool when you go for the negotiation about these components. How we can cause these components, that's a different issue. But the knowledge, when you show the knowledge of them, right? I remember one time when I was doing the negotiations, I have only one buyer and myself, about 21 people, about 23 people are in there. 21 come from the supplier. At that time used to be a lot of in-person meetings, right? So nowadays you don't feel that kind of atmosphere, right? So but I work with my hands, so he was telling about about that, the reason I'm the benefit of the knowledge, the PCB he was talking about, he's not gonna get it more than 76% of the PCB utilization, right? So he said that utilization of that one. So we used to use, when I used to work in Jebel Circuit and Sanmina and Celestica, these companies, these are one of the top 4 or 5 biggest electronic manufacturing. So we used to use the software, right? A company bought us the software, but in a Ford Motor company, they don't allow us to use the outside software. So we cannot download any software in our database. So the guy was sitting next to me, and he's the expert of this PCB. So they brought every expert about everything because negotiations are going on. तो मैंने उससे कहा कि in my laptop and I do not have this software because I cannot do this well. Can I borrow your software, your laptop, and I can show you how you can bring it the 89% utilization of that one. The whole room was quiet. They don't want to give it to me, this laptop, right? So the purpose of that, I mean, when you have They know that this guy has used this software and he knows that he can bring it the utilization of that 189%. Because when I did the calculation based on that, right, based on my experience and everything, minimum it was about 85, 86% utilization was coming. But when you do more and more experiment, right, on that one, that was I'm gonna come. I'll make a list of that one instead of, because this one is a lengthy topic. Then I'm gonna talk about in the future of that one in the future more. So more knowledge you have, when you show your more knowledge, suppliers you know will give you these advantages right away. You know, finally we ended up somewhere, I think 84, 85%, which is I thought I'm trying to. You cannot get it everything from the supplier, even you know that you cannot. uh, but that is the part of the negotiation. Even you are getting from 79.4% to the 84, 85%, we are making millions of dollar saving on that one, because we are billing 6 million pieces, or maybe 3 million pieces in next 6 years. तो अगर हमें जरा सा यूटिलाइजेशन मिल जाता है मैक्सिमम, और उसके अंदर हमें इफ यू आर सेविंग अबाउट लाइक लेट सपोज 10 cents ऑन इट, राइट, तो आप सोच लें कि 6 million का 10 cents मल्टीप्लाई कर दें, हाउ मच इज दैट, अबाउट क्लोज टू अबाउट 0.6 million सेविंग हमारी कंपनी की हो गई इसके अंदर। तो अगर हम ये तो यानी दिस इज जस्ट नथिंग, आई मीन जावेद नोज दैट we try to save millions of dollars. Anyways, any question on this one?
सर ये क्वेश्चन था कि नो लीड्स वाले को हम बीजीए में कंसीडर करेंगे या फिर बीजीए में, या फिर ये एक अलग कैटेगरी होगी?
No leads one, there is no package which does not have a leads. Has to have some kind of a lead, or on the corner there is
Like
a space like a passive.
yes sir, like DFN or इसका-
PQFN. Oh, no, I think maybe DFN. When they say no lead, okay, I know what your question. When you use the word no leads, like no leads, like just just a solder. I know. Sorry, I misunderstood your question when you use the no lead word. Uh, um, no lead. Where is that? Oh, yeah, this one, right? This one you are saying no lead, right? This one does
yes
not
sir,
have a lead. Yeah, but
yes
yeah. These are the, yeah, exactly. You're right. There is no leads, but these are come under the ICs category.
okay sir.
Okay. So for this one, see that, go in this page and look at everything on this one. Let me go through this one quickly from the top and the top and on the bottom, because I will be asking this question in the next meeting. In this way I would know that, okay, so make sure that come with the preparation with this in the next meeting, this page, right? You just type, you see that I just type it, packages of electronic components, right? You just type in the Google and this page will come. This is one of the most popular page for the electronics manufacturer. So you can look at this, this page, and look at all these one. I cannot go all these detailed, but I will be asking some question randomly about that one. So wherever you can click that one, right? Some of those are you cannot click on that one. So at least wherever you can click, you can just read it. What are those things, and what are my question will you HTS SOPs, and you don't have to remember everything. Just give up some basic answers, right? I will ask you, okay, I will ask the very basic question, which is suppose HSSSOP, the leads between the HSSOP is more versus SOPs, right? So you just answer, oh yeah, the leads are more closer, the distance between the two leads are more closer compared to the, SOPs or SOICs, right? SOICs के दरम्यान जो है ना लीड सबसे ज्यादा डिस्टेंस होता है between those one. So I'm gonna ask you not difficult question, but very basic questions about that one. What is the SSOP? What are this? Um, even even I'm okay with that. At the same time, when you are giving my answer, you can have those open in your. You can open those one and answer my questions. I need just to have knowledge आपके दिमाग में गई है कि नहीं गई है. Even अगर you open your phone or laptop or something, answer my question. I'm okay with that. जैसे हमारे जब हमने मास्टर्स किया था ना तो they allowed us two exam I given my master's degree and my final comprehensive exam end of the they allowed us to open books. So they at that time the little bit starting of this one, उस जमाने में कोई इसका कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था, ऑनलाइन वगैरह का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था, तो हमें हर चीज ना टॉप ऑफ द लाइन हमें याद होना चाहिए था. अरे यार इस बुक के अंदर इसके अंदर जो है ना लेट्स लुक एट दिस वन, राइट? जल्दी से हमें उन 6 बुक्स का हमें इतना जबरदस्त आइडिया था कि हमें पता था कि इसका आंसर जो है ना इस बुक के सफे के ऊपर मिलेगा, तो 106 पेजेस. तो हम वो 6 बुक्स लेकर जाते थे, हमारा ओपन बुक्स होता था एंड वी ओपन राइट अवे कि यार इसका हमें इतना आइडिया जरूर होता था कि 106 के ऊपर आंसर नहीं है, तो बिटवीन 1 एंड 107 के अंदर ना आंसर है. तो अगर इफ यू ओपन योर लैपटॉप और आंसर माय क्वेश्चंस then that is perfectly fine. But answer my question, जो भी आंसर है आप देख के आंसर कर लें, no issues. The reason I'm doing all this quiz in the next meeting because in this way when you do the quiz you remember that. आपको याद होगा आप 10 साल पहले भी एक एग्जाम अगर दिया होगा, अगर उसका क्विज दिया हुआ है ना आपको शायद थोड़ा सा उसका याद होगा कि यार वो आई आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन, राइट? या आप जो नोट्स लिखते हैं जब टीचर आपको बताता है, तो जब आप नोट्स लिखते हैं तो वो नोट्स आप 20 साल के बाद भी आप देखेंगे ना कि यार ये नोट्स हैं, तो आपको फौरन मेमोरी रिकॉल हो जाएगी, यार हमने वी डू दिस थिंग. सो दैट इज द पर्पस. The newer technology is that to look at how you can get the information from the internet, how quickly. That's the AI is all about. So all these are packages, you can see there's all these packages, all these things. You see that I will be asking those questions and you have answers. So probably be next 1 or 2 sessions about these packages, answering all these questions because I want to wrap up this one very quickly, but I want to make sure that you learn everything very well. The next thing is that let me stop sharing. And then I want to share with you when I open this laptop and then, yeah, Maria is left already. Looks like she left, right?
No, sir, I think.
No, sir, I'm here.
Oh, you are here, right? Okay. Oh, thank you, beta. I'm taking a little bit extra time. I know that your time is over there, maybe at 10, 12. But next, I'll wrap up in one next 5 minutes. At least I want to show you one of the printed circuit board. Let me go in my garage and so I will take you. कैमरे को अपोजिट कैसे करें यार? No, I think you can see like so that should not be a problem. You see that all these are the one is in my garage, right? All different. सारी जो मेरी जॉब्स की हैं ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशन इज इन देयर देयर इज सम पर्सनल स्टफ टू तो कोई सा भी एक आई शो यू एनी वन ऑफ दिस प्रिंटेड सर्किट बोर्ड I'll bring it more in the light. You can see that printed circuit board
Yes, sir.
Yes.
very well, right?
Yeah.
So this printed circuit board, you can see that, right? So you can easily identify in this one, right? So you see that how many components are there? Imagine on this side and this side, right? So there is a top and a bottom. You see that all these top and a bottom, and all these are the one which is I said that passive components, right? So all these are the passive components. You see that all these are smaller components. You see that smaller components. We will go a lot of more details about that one later on, but these are the passive components. And this is the IC. See, अब देखें इसको you can easily identify this one, right? You see that my IC, right? You can see my finger.
Yes, sir.
The distance between the leads are very close. See, this has come under the category of SOP. अब ये है कि SSOP, TSSOP, SSSOP, all these are the different ones. See, this one, the SO, this one is also come under the, let me give you another example of, अब ये जैसे this is an example of SOICs. See the distance between the leads are clearly, you can see that, the distance between the leads. वो जो सारे
Yes.
spec हमने अभी उधर देखे थे ना, all these are based on that. You have enough light to see that, right? Or otherwise I can go more lights.
No, sir. It's visible clearly.
Yes.
Sir, it's visible.
Okay. And all these are the components. And I don't remember that. ये जैसे ये this is the one which is using. This is the one which is heat sink, right? Whenever the temperature of that goes up of those component, so opposite of that, यहाँ पे कोई component there is some component there, and because of that, this is the one which is the heat sink. It's taking the heat away from that. We don't want to burn the printed circuit board or the component itself. अब जैसे yeah, here I can explain better. This is an example of abhi let's define between SOP and SOIC. Don't go sub components of that one, right? A small outline and SOIC. Small so this is a SOP and this is an example of SOIC. This is an example of SOIC. And this is also SOIC, but this is an example of SOP. Don't go sub detail whether it's SSOP or TSSOP. And this is the example of SOPs. And this seems to be something TSSOP or SSSOPs. See, and similarly, we will talk about that one. These are the registers. We will go a lot of more details about these registers because the emphasizing on all that stuff, more and more components, and every meeting we are talking about, almost last 2 3 months, 3 4 months we are talking about these components, because identification of component is one of the most important factor. If you do not identify correctly those components, then the next step is the costing, right? The most important thing is this one, is to identification of these component ke bhai ye alag LQFP hai. Then we come on this one, then you can read it this, on this one, whether what is the reading and how we can do the costings. This is the second step. Agar aapne, if you do it, the basis is right? अगर आपने कंपोनेंट ही गलत आइडेंटिफाई कर दिया ना, then you cannot, the next step will not be correct. So you can see that by looking this one. We will go a lot of more of these details. All these passive components. That's it. This is the DPAC, right? And this is the DPAC. DPAC. So this is also a DPAC. So all these are the components you should know. So, and taking a notes, when I, when you, the biggest advantage of taking the notes on that one, when you review those notes and then go to website or go on that video recording, you know, because when we will be doing this, we will do only one session about this one, how we can recognize all those components. We will just talk about those, only these components. Right now, I'm giving you very high level idea how these component and looks. But if you write, because when I'm telling you, you are capturing at this moment, but you don't remember that after 1 week or after 2 weeks. When you take a notes on that one, review your notes and then review the video which we are doing the recording, right? Review that video. Once you are the video, you see that, then you will have question will ask in your mind, right? Then you can do all this stuff. Okay, so we can uh, so so any question until ये जो आपने अभी देखा था ना, वो what you have seen, this is a Tesla. You heard the Tesla name?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What Tesla does?
सर वो ईवी कार और व्हीकल्स पे ज्यादा वर्क करते हैं.
Yes, this is a company, Tesla, who just built only EVs car, and they are the
Yes.
leader in the world at this moment in electric vehicles. तो ये जो अभी आपने देखा था ना, ये टेस्ला का जो इन्वर्टर होता है, inverter is the one which is convert from AC to DC to AC and AC to DC, right? तो वो जो है ना, वो that is the one which is उसके अंदर इन्वर्टर के अंदर एक कंट्रोलर बोर्ड होता है, विच इज द ब्रेन. कंट्रोलर बोर्ड होता है विच इज कम्युनिकेट बिटवीन आउटसाइड the inverter or inside the inverter. I will go more details about that one later on. यो जो अभी आपने देखा था ना, वो टेस्ला का आपने इन्वर्टर का प्रिंटेड सर्किट बोर्ड देखा था, कंट्रोलर. तो any question, most likely we gonna go all the details about that one in printed circuit board. इसके ऊपर जब हम डिस्कशन करेंगे ना, तो ये होंगे. So I will identify, how we're gonna go on this one, because obviously we wanna wrap up all these training classes next. Maybe depend upon how things will go. Maybe next 1 year or so. So that means we are talking about approximately 26 sessions. अगर आप समझ ले 2-3 सेशन नहीं भी हुए, तो 23 सेशंस है. तो I'll define all these sessions कि भाई हमें क्या क्या करना है, because right now we are way behind, right? Somehow. So we will talk about that one, question answer session. We'll try to wrap up this one in next. अगर आपने सही अगर सारा कर आंसर दे दिए ना, all these questions, the one we am talking about, passive components or ये all these. If you answer all these questions, we will not have any other session in the following one. Then we can come to the other things, the basic things, and you can write it down, or you write it down, all those questions, and then we can and make a videos and read the videos and write a notes and all that stuff. So we want to go a little bit forward, but this packaging and how to do the costing, how to read the labels on it, that is very important. These are 2-3 things are the basic thing. अगर ये 3-4 चीजें आपने सीख ली ना, तो you'll be good in capturing the how to do the electronic capturing cost. देखो कंपनी के अंदर ना 2 आदमियों की, रिमेंबर, 2 पीपल्स. अमेरिका में भी अगर ले ऑफ करते हैं ना, तो 2 पीपल्स आर दे आर द लास्ट वन टू गो. कौन से? जो आपकी कंपनी में सेल्स बढ़ाता है. याद है ना, जो भी कंपनी में सेल्स बढ़ाएगा इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सन. उसको सब कंपनी खाली हो जाएगी, लेकिन उसको नहीं बढ़ाएंगे कि भाई यही तो सेल बढ़ाने वाला है, इसी की वजह से तो कंपनी चल रही है. और एक आदमी जो कंपनी के लिए पैसे सेव करता है. सब ऑल दीज आर ऑल इंपॉर्टेंट. HR है, DNR इंजीनियर, इंजीनियर्स है, फाइनेंस के पीपल हैं जो कैलकुलेट करते हैं, ये सब हो जाएगा. लेकिन ये 2 लोग जो है ना, they are the last one to go, because these are the one which is one is saving the revenue, saving the money. Other one is raising your money. So these are the important. Beta, any other question? Please ask last, and then we'll wrap up.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right, team. I will talk to you, inshallah, in a couple of weeks from now.
Inshallah.
Oh.
ऐसे क्यों नहीं बना रहा?